I am Jason Abraham, the Shadow Teacher 33. And my good friend Yvonne, gifted healer, color puncturist of soul vessels. I went to visit her earlier in the week. It was probably going to be the previous week when this video pops up. But she was saying to me that clients and friends are either facing great expansion, downloads into their third eye, and a great awakening, big openings of the heart and the mind, or they're being shaken to the core. They're being faced with unhealed wounds and trauma and themes that their soul is called to work through, and they're being shaken and stirred in a way they never felt before. And I fall in that latter category. I remember 2020 was a year of great expansion for me. It was a year when my third eye was wide open. I had UFO contact. I was getting downloads. My creative energy was flowing. There was vision and clarity in my life. And it was a state of expansion for me. 2023 has not been the case, as I've made other videos. 2023 has been a year where my root chakra, issues of safety, stability, security, are being challenged like they've never been challenged before. My heart chakra, issues of love, connection, it is being shaken and broken. And when there is such a challenge with these lower chakras, again, the root being our base, our connection to this world, the heart being the connection to the higher centers to the lower, then the vision can be blurry. It can be hard to see where one needs to go. But I'm finding the lesson again with all this is sitting with this, sitting with the discomfort, sitting with the shakeups, allowing the experience to happen, accepting it, allowing it, while doing my best to keep afloat with a flood of things I need to do, pouring in, day out. The flood of action steps, so many action steps needed, where I can only take one step at a time, and figuring out which exactly is the right step. What's the right direction to take? Which can be confusing. And so it's a time I'm finding reliance on prayer is valuable. Praying for guidance of higher spirit on a day-to-day basis, just to guide me in the day-to-day actions. And waking up with intention, waking up with working on qualities of weakness within myself, qualities that these life situations are saying, I need to do some work here. Because I know if I take baby steps in these simple actions, then at some point I'm going to be a different person. At some point I'm going to step into a greater version of myself that is a different identity, because I've set behaviors that have generated a positive result. A positive result that was needed in my life that I was ignorant of, other than had these shakeups of the root and the heart not happen. And this is a different approach I've taken in this situation. Again, the shakeups are heavier. It's areas I've done a lot of work in. Tendency is to think, well, I thought I healed that. I thought I worked through that wound, but clearly there's more work to be done. And the tendency again is you just want to feel better. Tendency is just to do something to feel better, to look away. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm sitting in it. Sitting and simmering in the infernal juices that seem unbearable at times for these wounds of the soul. And much of the time when people share on YouTube, you like to hear the triumphant hero who's gotten to the other side. You don't necessarily, a lot of times don't want to hear somebody who's in their process, but everybody has a process. Everybody has shakeups. The most successful, powerful people in the world have had life challenges and shakeups, and usually you hear them after the fact that they've become somebody you care about listening to. And that's okay. Maybe you don't care about listening to me, but I'm going to keep it real with you, as this is where things are right now. And the future for the Shadow Teacher 33 is uncertain. But what is certain is my intention. My intention is to do what I need to do to allow the greatest expression of potential in me to come forth. And that means handling the challenges of stability, security, of a broken heart, handling the stories and the wounds of my soul that I have not come to terms with. It means handling these things and looking at them face to face, staring the devil in the eye, taking them head on. And it's not easy. There are times I want to tap out. There are times where I just don't want to fucking do it. But every day I find great value in showing up, and even when the third eye is blurry, asking for prayer, asking for guidance, and taking one step at a time. Because this too shall pass. This shall pass one way or the other. But right now, for those, again, in my situation who are facing these shakeups, the opportunity is for us to heal and to step into what we don't want to look at, face up to it, and show up in a different way and heal it. Because otherwise, if we don't, even though the life circumstances will pass and we'll find a place of ease, those themes are going to show up again and haunt us. And it's my belief they get stronger and stronger as the years go on. That which we have not tended tends to fester. And we got to pull those weeds out of our garden. And like I said before, even in my case, even though I've been pulling some weeds, there's some deep roots in there that need a lot more pulling, a lot more gumption, strength to rip them out. And that's what I'm doing. So with that being said, I hope this message is something someone can find some value in, someone who may be going through their own obstacles in the hero's journey. And again, like a comment, these obstacles come from within us. They're not from out there. They're obstacles within us, and they're reflected on the outside. And that's the calling to heal them. So be well, be strong, and I'll see you on the other side, my friends.